Hi, my name is Lorraine McKay, and I am the founder and president of the Refresh Institute. The Refresh Institute is a multifaceted empowerment organization, and it is through our efforts of education and community improvement projects where we have the opportunity to fulfill the mission to inspire, empower, and refresh the world one encounter at a time. Through our arts academies, we focus on empowering the creative individual by sharpening their unique skills and their expressions through various art forms, whether it's by painting or drawing, whether it's through vocals, song, or creative writing, production, and so much more. As a faith-based entity, we empower purpose in the lives of those of the Christian faith. We bridge the gap through our interactive courses and activations between your purpose in life and your faith. Through our institute, we house a full scholastic support sector, which bridges the gap between instruction and life by supporting you, the scholar. We support the whole man, both physically, emotionally, socially, spiritually, and by helping you build community. We do so through our LifeWire, which is our mental wellness sector, through our Refresh Kids mentoring group. We do so through our ACTS sector, which is our activities, clubs, and teams, such as prayer clubs, worship teams, production teams, and also too, our mission group, and so much more. It is our ultimate goal to empower your life, no matter how old or young you are, or no matter where you reside. You can always find refreshing right here at the Refresh Institute. Visit our website for more information at www.refreshglobalnfp.org. Let me know if you can hear me now. I think you can hear me now. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. We are here. We are here, and super excited about a whole nother phenomenal day of just rushing on back to a time of empowerment education and just being, built up for our purpose, our destiny, and all of the above. If you don't know, I am Lorraine McKay, legally, psalmist reign to the world, mama to my children, wife to my husband, but president, founder, and chancellor here at the Refresh Institute. And I'm super excited about sharing all of what we've been sharing all throughout the week about the Refresh Institute, our courses and classes, our support services, and all of the above for you, your babies, and anybody else you may have come in contact with. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead and share this live. Invite others to come on and join us for this conversation today. I'm super excited about pressing a little further, sharing with you guys all of what's been going on in and through TRI, which is the Refresh Institute. And one of the things I've been sharing all week long is that the Refresh Institute, y'all, we've been in existence since 2016. We've been on assignment, though, since 2014. And we have been about helping others get language for their life, their destiny, and their purpose in the earth realm. And so we are so excited about being an institute that empowers you in your unique grace. All right. This is not just for you to be empowered to get a paycheck. No, because there are a lot of people that's been empowered to get a paycheck and then don't get the paycheck that they really want or desire and still looking for purpose in the midst of it. So we have been designed as a vessel, as the institute that God would use, can use, and is already using in this hour to build up those that needs to be sharpened in their creative gifts and their talents, but most importantly in their purpose in the earth while they are yet alive and well in the land of the living. So I'm super excited to serve in the various different capacities that the Lord has allowed me to serve in. And it's just time to just do what we do best. So thank you guys for joining us today on this afternoon as we just have a little conversation about all that TRI has to offer you. Now, if you're just joining us this week, If you haven't been a part of the conversations, the Refresh Institute is designed to inspire, empower, and refresh your life using biblical and empowerment, vocational empowerment education to build you up in the area of purpose, speaking specifically to your DNA and strengthening you for the work that, again, you must do. We have two sectors in which we educate: one, the creative arts side, which we have classes in songwriting, which we'll talk about a little bit later on, vocals, painting and drawing, which we renamed yesterday, Mark the Moments. um, we also have classes on the creative art, just creative period, the creatives culture side. We have classes there, and then also Annisfield. On the worship arts side, that's where we have the big bulk of our classes, from our generalized worship studies to foundations of worship, to a different priesthood, to DNA of a worshiper, all the way to intercessory courses, psalmistry courses, minstrel courses. What else we got? Psalmistry, the worship leadership courses, and even specific a la carte courses that you can take advantage of, as long as you have finished the generalized courses. But you can take advantage of all of those things through our Refresh Institute. And we're super excited about the programming that we have available for local assemblies as well as paraministries. You're looking to send your team members somewhere where they can be trained up and built up in this hour. You can get 5 or more people and get a discount on the semester cost and tuition per person. And so we're really excited about those programs that we have readily available for all. And y'all, we've been doing this thing for a long time, and we believe wholeheartedly in its purpose. And so I'm so excited today because not only do we get to talk about our courses on today, more courses that we have readily available for you to take advantage of, but we also get to hear from those who have been scholars as well. One of the beautiful things about TRI is most of its instructors have been scholars of the Refresh Institute, or they are currently scholars of the Refresh Institute. Those that serve in various capacities have been scholars, or they are still scholars of the Refresh Institute. So those that are serving you are people that know about this institute, that know about its empowerment education and the curriculum that's in it. And they have been testifying all week long about the difference it has made in their own life. And so, with that being the case, I'm excited because this year is the first year that we have an ambassadorship role. It's the very first year that we have an ambassador, and I am so excited because this ambassador, again, she's been a member of the Refresh team since before even getting into the Refresh Institute. But even now, as a scholar, she was our valedictorian in our last semester, actually our last year of classes. She was our valedictorian, and we were so excited about celebrating her and all of her accomplishment. And the reality of the matter is, there was times where she didn't want to be a part. She was going to ease her way on out of Refresh, but the Lord had written something different concerning her destiny. And we're so excited to have our ambassador this year join me for the conversation about TRI. I'm excited about this area of service. And y'all do know we also have a scholar support service area, and one of those areas is in our missions work. And I'm excited about our ambassador traveling and going along with us to share her story and her testimony about the Refresh Institute. So I want to welcome to the platform our valedictorian for the 2021-2022 school year, and our ambassador for the 2022-2023 year, until she say she don't want to ambassadorize no more. Okay? Until she says that. Y'all welcome to this platform, Miss Sahara. Sahara.
Hey, Apostle, and the people out in the world.
In the virtual world.
Yes,
Well, I want to tell you, thank you so much for joining me for this conversation.
my
Thank you for
pleasure.
being our ambassador and representing the Refresh Institute well. I just wanted to take a few moments for people to just get to know who you are, and they can know where you come from and all of the above, and why you joined the Refresh Institute, and why even you even accepted the position to be our ambassador. And that's a complete honor. for me, it's a complete honor. So I just want to tell you thank you for that. But I'm
Oh,
going to give you an opportunity to be able to share just your story, your testimony, not only as one that was a part of the Refresh Institute, but also one that's a scholar as well. So
okay.
y'all welcome Miss Sahara. She gonna let us know what it's all about.
Well, thank you, Apostle. I'm excited to be here and excited to represent the Refresh Institute. It is truly an honor and a blessing. When I was acquainted with Refresh, I was away traveling because I work disaster assistant, so I was out of the country. And I was really, I wanted to be a part, but I kind of wanted to stay hidden in the cave so nobody could see me. And I know Apostle and Apostle Jelani can see as well as a whole bunch of other people. So, so I joined, but I wasn't able to be active for a while. And then when I was able to be active, I still didn't want to be seen. But that really didn't matter. So we had our first semester courses, and everything was no. I take it back. We had just really started, and I was kind of like, you know what, I don't think I really want to do this, because then I had to come out the cave, I had to be seen, people gonna know stuff, people gonna ask me to do stuff. I ain't trying to do all that. I ain't trying to do all that. Not that I want to be disobedient to God, but that's just a personal thing. But I'm glad I stayed. I'm thankful I stayed, because the Refresh Institute is life changing. Everything everything in Refresh is life changing. The institute is life changing because it's a school, it's a training ground, it's a birthing ground, it's an activating ground. It's You're surrounded by people who genuinely love you and want to see you prosper in the purpose of God. It's not just lip service. You can feel it, you can see it, you can embrace it, you can taste it, you can touch it, you can smell it. And it's genuinely birthed out of a love for God and of God and through God and by God and with God and all of that. So it genuinely comes from a place of love. So I'm so thankful. I didn't even remotely think I would be the valedictorian, because I wasn't really sure what the grading scale was. You get 15 out of 15, or 13 out of 15, or 14 out of 15. You're like, okay, not really thinking that you're going to be graded with like ABC or whatever.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I'm thankful, and I'm honored to be the ambassador and the valedictorian. And I'm a lifelong learner, so I'm going to be with them until they kick me out. I don't know what kind of degrees or certifications or whatever, but it's not even about that. It's just about learning and growing in your purpose and being able to fulfill it wholeheartedly, spirit, soul, body, mind, will, emotion, memories, and heart, and giving your best to God and giving your all to God and unlearning things that weren't correct or inaccurate and replacing that with the truth of God and His Word through people He's given that truth to. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time because I know even with your history, like you shared it, you've been working in the disaster, what is it called? Disaster.
Disaster reserve assistant.
Yeah, so and you've been doing that for quite some time. So traveling and being able to serve the world is nothing new to you. This is something that you've been doing for a long time, but I think the there are a lot of people that you get to meet that whose life is totally and completely abruptly shifted in a
Mm-hmm.
moment, and they need some real counsel and some real
That's true.
discipleship regarding life and all of the above. And sometimes it's important that you have people that are knowledgeable in these areas that can speak
True.
or be trained to speak to you
Mm-hmm.
in a moment in that way. And so with I know you did the intercessory accelerated course
Oh,
last
Jesus. Yes. Yes.
we had a lot of intercessors, y'all, last year in our court.
Yes, we
Um,
did.
and a lot of priests as well, but you did that. And so, in connection with the intercessory course that you did
Mm-hmm.
participate in it, how do you believe that what you're learning in the institute can help in
It
those missional fields?
it really helps you target your prayers. It really gives you language. It really expands your understanding.
Yeah.
it really focuses you and empowers you, because we learn stuff and we like, wait, what? Wait, can we wait? Let's review that.
Yeah.
Wait, can we review it again? And it's not that you don't. It's not that you don't know. You just don't know from this perspective, or you
Mhm.
just don't know from this level,
Mhm.
or you think it's here and it's actually there, or you think it's here and it's actually there. So just getting the logistics right, the language right, getting the information, the intel, the strategies, the insight, and being willing and able to implement it while you're still learning, while you're still being activated, while you're still being trained. Because if you're not teachable, it doesn't matter where you go to get taught. If you're not teachable, you're not going to learn it. You're not going to get anything out of the experience.
Yeah.
And it's just a blessing to be able to get all out of the experience and then to meet other people, so you don't feel like, man, am I the only person who didn't know this? No, it was all of us.
Yeah.
Everybody but the teacher. so
No.
so
Teacher was getting it too.
oh, okay, okay, well, it makes me feel a little better, but it's just really good because you get to have good conversation, you get to have good camaraderie, and you get a family. For all intents and purposes, you get a genuine family, and God is all our daddy. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a
You
blessing.
Yeah, you're speaking to the community aspect. One of the things that TRI is adamant about, and one of the things that we share that we are committed to doing is building strong
Mm-hmm.
interpersonal communities within. And so the way it's designed is that each course is a community within itself, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like layers of communities within it. You
Yeah.
have the elastic support side where
Mm-hmm.
you can be a part of activities, clubs, and teams, and that builds a community. Your
Mm-hmm.
class builds a community,
Absolutely.
and then the school as a whole builds a community through
Mm-hmm.
our chapels and stuff like that. And I remember in one of the courses you were in, y'all did a whole study, like a little homework help
Yeah,
situation.
we did.
Like it was funny because the prayer team, y'all were supposed to be meeting about the prayer team stuff, and
Right.
it ended up being a
A
homework
study
club.
session. Yep. Yep.
Tell
Yep.
us a little bit about that experience.
It was just really good to really see, not that we felt that we were struggling, but just the fact that everybody had a piece. So it was like, okay,
Mm,
this is the assignment. Okay. Well, what did you think? Okay, well, that's that piece. Okay, now what did you think? Okay, well, that connects to that. Okay, what did you, oh, okay. So we were able to make sure we had a well rounded answer and we weren't top heavy or bottom heavy. And we
mm,
even learned some more things in the talking process. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
good to have that and to be able to have that. And nobody's just trying to hoard all the knowledge. Like, okay, I got it, so I'm not gonna tell nobody. People are willing to share, and if we all don't know together, it's a good thing. We can all learn together.
Exactly. Yeah, there have been quite a few times we were in class. They was like, Apostle,
Well,
we just didn't know it.
just know, just know, ma'am.
It's so funny that you say that because I believe that within a learning environment, especially when you're being empowered for purpose and you're not necessarily like I say this every time we gather, we've been taught what to think, but
Right,
we ain't been taught the whys, like why we even think that
absolutely.
or whatever. It's like, do as I say and don't ask no questions
Mm-hmm.
about that at all. But that's not this learning environment.
It's
One
not.
of, one of the things about a nurturer and a builder is that whatever God called us to do, we're to build those places and spaces for people to be developed. So we're not going to tell you what you want to think, and neither did we dismiss your history
Right,
because you've been an intercessor for a very, very, very long time. And again, even on the ambassadorship side, you've been helping people, you've been traveling, you've been doing the missional work for a very long time. So your history actually plays a huge
it
role
really does.
in everything here. And so, how did it help you connect what you were getting in the classroom to how you were, even with the history that you did have before?
It's it's enlightening. It's affirming.
Good.
It's empowering. It I don't want to say it gives you a sense of pride, but it gives you a sense of joy and accomplishment
Yeah.
to see where you were. Not that you really knew where you were, but to be
Hmm.
like, okay, so I was there. And then to see your growth, and then for other people to see your growth, and for you to see other people's growth, and nobody, feeling some type of way about sharing, or if they don't see their growth, or their growth is not as in depth, nobody's feeling some type of way. Everybody is pushing everybody. Everybody's cheering everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's helping everybody. So, if one hurt, we all hurt. If one, prosper, we all prosper. So, to really live out the word of the Lord and really live it out, it's just a blessing to be with a community, a family, where you're actually living it out, and it's not just something you read in the word and it's like, oh, I wish. Not that we're living out everything, but we're learning to live it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And so we're so excited to have you as our ambassador this year. And we just look forward to all of the great things that will come, just even for you being of service to those, because little do you know, your ambassadorship role is really going to kick off our missions aspect this year.
Wow,
And
okay.
I'm really excited about what that will look like. And yeah, it's gonna kick it off in a new way, and I'm really really excited about that, because it's you have the history, right? You have already what it takes to be of service to those that are in various different places, and we want to be about it. Like, one of the things I'm adamant about is that the institute have some level of mobility where it can be about what it's been teaching,
Yeah,
and
I'm
so
trying
being
not to
able
cry. I
don't
said I
be
wasn't gonna cry.
yeah, like being able to serve in these various areas and capacities is really a action, like moving forward in
That's
act.
my heart. To be
Yeah,
able to help people, that's my heart. So yeah,
yeah.
I'm
I'm
excited.
I am too. I'm really excited about it. And it's so crazy because you Myra said one prayer, one sound, like one band, one sound, one prayer, one sound, because we saw that it was evident during the summit on
It was amazing.
it was so
Oh my
evident.
God. It was.
And I remember there was a point in time during the summit where you didn't even get, I don't think, but two words out. You travailed, and the family, the priesthood family, went up with you in a
Glory to God.
travail. And I think you was on that flow, on that platform for a good minute. All the prayer was done.
Glory to God.
Everybody was just hollering the whole entire
Glory to
time.
God.
How did that? I know, even with your other history with prayer in other different places, like, was that anything different for you?
It was freeing. It was trajectory setting.
Mm,
It was affirming, because years ago I prayed like that, but then I got shut down. So I hadn't done it for years.
wow. Wow.
Years. So just for God to unlock that and be like, you don't have to you don't have to not be who I created you to be. You don't have to, for lack of a better word, dumb yourself down. You don't have to, just show a little piece.
Yeah.
They need it all. I want it all. Give it all. So it's
Yeah.
just a blessing to, reacquaint acquaint yourself with yourself.
Yes, because that's what it was. You did. You cried out holy. I think it was on that Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
And that was all anybody wrote. But that came from a place where you could see the passion of the guardian arise out of
Glory to
you.
God.
And and the work of the Lord really spring forth. And I'm really, really grateful and excited about all that it is. And so I'm excited about you and your work as an ambassador this year. I can't express that
Man,
enough how excited I am
amen.
concerning that. And I'm really, really grateful to the Lord just for your yes and even your willingness to stand firm, um, even when you wanted to pull away, you know.
I did. I was like, oh, Jesus. No. Mm-mm. But
As
I'm
an
glad I
ambassador,
didn't.
yeah, as an ambassador, is there anything that you would want to say to anybody out here that is contemplating about being a part of the Refresh Institute, or maybe they are a scholar and they're like, I don't really know if I feel like doing this year of all of this. Was there anything you would like to say to them to encourage them?
Do it. Do it. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let yourself stop you. Do it because it's going to bless your life. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your trajectory. It's going to empower you and it's going to bless your life. So just do it. Be like Nike and just do it. It's worth it.
Be
It's
like
really worth
Nike.
it. It really is. It really is. It's just worth it. I don't really have all the words, but it's really just worth it. This institute is definitely God anointed, God appointed, God called for such a time as this. So yeah, you want to get in. You want to get in while the getting
Get
is good.
Yeah, I would say that. Get in while the
Mhm,
getting is good. You can
mhm.
learn more about the Refresh Institute
Yes,
on
you
our
can.
website at www.refreshglobalnfp.org. You only got a few days left, so you want to go ahead and get in and get started
Mhm.
so that we can build you up in your areas of your specific purpose and continue to have you to grow from there. Sahara, I want to say thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I
Thank you.
really appreciate it. And I can't wait to just serve the people with you.
Yes, yes.
It's going to be awesome. Well, I love you.
It
Thank you so
Love
much.
you. Thank you. God bless you. Bye, everybody.
That was again Sahara Ferguson. She is the ambassador of the Refresh Institute. She was the valedictorian for our 2021-2022 year. And I am really excited because she is the first ambassador that we've had. Now, she's not the first valedictorian, but she's the first ambassador. And I'm really, really excited about that because our valedictorians moving forward for each year will serve on our ambassadors team. And so we're really, really grateful for what that's going to look like as we serve the world. One of the things about the Refresh Institute is it's our endeavor through the arts and through education to inspire, empower, and refresh you one encounter at a time. We put a lot of value on that one encounter, whether that's that one class, whether it's the one encounter at the summit, whether it's the one encounter during our recruitments, or whether it's the one encounter while we're in worship, or while we're teaching, or whatever it is. We put a lot of emphasis and a lot of value on each encounter. And so I'm so excited about that. Our fall semester is getting ready to open up. You want to get in before we close it on down and shut it all down. You want to visit our website at www.refreshglobalnfp.org. At that On that website, you can learn about more about the institute. You can learn about our programs and our courses. You can evaluate our history and all of the above. You can see what all we have to offer to serve you, the scholar, you, those that are being empowered. So I'm so excited uh, for our next, not necessarily guest, but I guess it would be a guest on this live. For our next guest, she has been a part of the Refresh Institute since we've been having classes in this capacity, and that's been for about 3 years now. And she's constantly growing and all of the above. And I'm excited because this year is not only, I don't think she's gonna be a scholar this year, I don't know, but she been a scholar for the first 3 years of the institute in this model. And this is going to be the first year where she will serve as an instructor. As an instructor of one of our courses, which is the creative and songwriting course of the Refresh Institute. And I'm really excited about talking about this course because again, it's something that's very unique. It's something that's very different. You won't get it anywhere else. And so we're gonna have some conversation with. I'm gonna put her name like she put her name in this thing right here. She put her name in here because she is serious about her role. She's very much so serious about her role here at the Refresh Institute. So I would like for you all to help me welcome to this platform, Professor Rogers. I think you muted, Lee. Nope. 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 Okay. Professor Rogers will be coming back. She getting her audio and stuff together. You know what? It's every time someone tries to come on with their AirPods, it's not working real well.
Y'all
You might have
hear
to
me
go.
now?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hey, y'all.
All right, the professor is in the building.
Wait, wait. Is this the live for us or
Is this the laugh for who?
live live for the dance class? Because that's what I signed up.
No, you ain't no professor on no dance class. I know that. Y'all, she want to dance so bad, but she's an amazing songwriter, and so I'm glad to have you here on the platform, Professor Rogers. Today, I'm gonna call you Professor Rogers. Okay, during this live.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Professor Rogers, you have been a scholar of the Refresh Institute, and this is your first year as an instructor for our songwriting class. How do you feel about it? How do you? I mean, you nervous?
You know, I'm. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
It's going in and out.
Hold
You know what? In the settings, you might have to change it to your AirPods. You might have to,
on. Okay. Um. um
but your
y'all not
audio's
hearing me
back now, though.
at all?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Um. I a little bit nervous because I'm teaching in this capacity. I'm ready. I'm up for it and see like where this is going. Not only myself but also the people to sign up for the class. I'm excited.
Yeah, so like one of your first classes here at the Refresh Institute was songwriting, and I know it was a very, very different approach. I'm gonna just post this comment right here because I know you can't see it. But we're just having fun right now. But I know you were a part of when I was first teaching it, the very first year we started in this model with our songwriting class. And I want you to kind of just share your insight from a scholastic perspective, from a scholar's perspective, taking the course. And you can share a little bit about the songwriting class and all of the above.
From a scholar's perspective, um, at time, but it was. I will also say I don't think I was expecting. I, I was expecting, something more. This is what you write, or this is how you met, in that format. Um, the time to actually break it all down of it and just um genres of music. It was just a lot of stuff that a lot of things, really expecting. Um, it, it was a lot of times it was challenging, but overall, like much knowledge, like in this class. It was a great class. It was a great class,
Awesome.
and I think that I'm sorry, and
Go-
it definitely took. I was able to take what taught us, and I was able to take my writing, say that my writing, like, I think, gone to be like boastful or prideful or anything. Just looking at how, when I first started writing, like in the hat, you know what I mean, and like applying like some meaningful things to properly structure like the history behind what I'm writing, and it's good.
Awesome. I was trying to get a good bit of what you was trying to say, but it was choppy. I don't know if y'all heard it well. But I don't know what it is exactly. It could be the area,
Y'all can't hear me?
but it's just going in and out. It's okay. But so I know in this class, the songwriting class is designed totally and completely differently here at the Refresh Institute. We talked about the grace and the anointing of the scribe and the composer, coming from an independent artist perspective. Coming from an independent artist perspective, is very, very important for those that are songwriters to learn about the grace and the anointing of the scribe and of the composer, right? Having vision, having insight about what you and how you want your song to be communicated to your audience and to those in which it's designed for. We talk about things from that, the mandate of the scribe, the purposes of writing, because again, it's designed to not just only be a songwriting class, but also a creative writing class. So if you're writing something that's poetic and things of that nature, it's designed to help you build that as well. So we talk about, I know that that first couple of weeks of it was like really something that was sidetracked. Like, wait, I thought we was learning about songwriting. And it's like, you are. And we started tapping into the different graces of the composer. And it really was designed to kind of break the box of songwriting. Because I mean, Professor Rogers, I'm about to call you Lee, but Professor Rogers, like coming into the class, what was your look on writing or songwriting walking into the class? Uh-oh. Oh, I think she gone. Okay, while she's coming back, I think she's gonna come back. Uh yeah, so she did. She took the class, and walking into it, I know for me, my perspective as a songwriter was that we didn't want to build a course that was boxed in. I'm waiting for her to come back. We didn't want to build a course that was boxed into what you thought songwriting was all about. I'm very different in my expressions, even in writing, and I didn't want it to be like we had seen before. You had been a part of a lot of songwriting master classes and a part of a lot of different things, but some of the people in the kingdom, they have a very unique way of writing songs. And one of the things I always teach people is that you want to archive what God is giving you. You want to record it. You want to lock it in because it's going to help a generation. They're going to come to know God in and through what you're doing as an individual. They're going to come to know God and what you're doing through your writing, through your archives. And it's just like with King Joshua. If Moses and them had never written down what God has said as the law, a generation or a whole nation would completely be lost, and they would not have been able to return to God. And you would not have seen a revival had they not archived what they had written. And so songwriting and creative writing is just about its various different creative expressions. And when it comes down to engaging the Lord, so we talk about the grace and the anointing of the scribes, the necessity of the scribe, but we also talk about the composers. We talk about the song structures, and we beef, kind of sharpen your skill in the song structure. But we also teach you to be intentional about your writing, even if you're going to decode your writing. One of the sessions in the songwriting classes, we talk about literally code songs. So there were songs in and through the time in slavery that they would use, that would be there would be a message in the song that would give other slaves in the field a heads up on what's about to happen, or what's coming, or when the field was open, or when they could slide through, and it was used to help them in that time. And there is an underground church that needs nourishment. Am I still choppy, y'all? Let me know if I'm choppy. But there is an underground church that needs nourishment in and through music. And because they need nourishment in and through music, God will use writers that'll be raised up in this hour to continue the work of helping them to be edified and strengthened by way of song. And I believe that God is raising up writers to do that. Some of you guys, you'll be a part of the Refresh Institute, and you'll learn how to write in code. So that literally there will be others that will be edified and strengthened by the word of the Lord that is released through your song, that is sent to the underground church. I believe that God is going to raise up and sharpen and completely strengthen the writers in this hour. And I know that the Refresh Institute is one of the avenues that he's going to do that with. We also talk about, and we write. Not only will you just be writing in your own unique style, not only will you find yourself and your voice and your style in your writing, but you'll also be able to stretch out your style when it comes down to hymns and patriotic songs and all of the above. So there's a question here: what about those who write not just songs but stories? So that's one of the things we talk about. We talk about the scribes who writes various different expressions or messages through letters, through stories, through decrees, and through declarations. And so you're going to be sharpened wherever you're pulled as far as the style of writing. Even in poetry, poetry should have some type of goal, whether that goal is to write a letter to inform, to write a story, to kind of teach somebody something, to decree a thing that is more so an announcement, or to declare a matter as law. Like, we're going to strengthen your unique expression of writing so that it could be used out, even outside of song, so that it can be used in every creative expression, so that God can get his message across. We want God to get his message across. And so we empower story writers. We empower those that are songwriters. We empower those that write poems and that engage in those things that will allow them to still release the message of the Lord in and through it. Now, like the story, the book, the diary of Anne Frank was very simply her diary, her journal entries. And so I know for me, a lot of times, and Professor is Rogers is back, but me a lot of times, a lot of my revelation come from my journal entries, and I may not be able to put them in a song, or I may not be able to put them in poetry, but those journal entries is going to help me to still release revelation that a nation may need. And so we're adamant about building up the writer, the scribe, in this hour. So Professor Rogers, you're back. Let's see how your sound worked this time. You're not. I don't have no sound. Mm-mm. Nope. It don't want to work. Tell the virtual world to let Professor Rogers talk. Uh-uh. Okay. All right, when she come back, we'll let her back in. But absolutely. So we totally, absolutely believe in empowering you, the writer. Um, yeah, almost on all of them. But I just want to encourage you because I do know that God is using those tools to strengthen those that are willing to be scribes in this hour and that will archive God's heart. We speak about those that were writers like Baruch, who was the writer for Jeremiah, or Luke, who was the writer for the Apostle Paul, and how we're still living off of the skill set of those writers to this day. Another unique thing that we do with our songwriting course is that we not only teach you how to write, we not only stretch your expression of writing, but we also give you insight on how to protect your intellectual property. That's one of the things I know in a songwriting class. They're not going to generally they're not sharing, they're just sharing with you song structure, but they're not sharing with you how to protect your creativity. And so we are adamant about teaching you how to protect your creativity. So we'll walk with you when it comes down to copywriting. We'll walk with you when it comes down to engaging in various contracts, and mechanical licensing, especially with writing and with music, mechanical licensing, and various different things that will help you split sheets, especially if you're co-writing in various different areas between stories, and if you're co-writing on songs, you can absolutely, engage in that time that will protect you in your writings as an independent artist. Protection of your intellectual property is so important. Now people will fight you tooth and nail about it, but that's only because they want to use what God has given you, right? And we just gonna walk in wisdom in this season and train you on how to build up your intellectual property and how to protect what you create. um and so there are a lot of things that, even if you have notebooks and notebooks of songs and poems, we want to strengthen those areas. We want to, one of the things I know that we did last year was we had some students in our vocal classes, and our students in our vocal classes was able to record songs from those that were in our songwriting class. And we had one of the songs was actually played during our graduation, that kicked off our summit just last month. And it was amazing. It was a strong, powerful song, and it was absolutely necessary for encouraging and edifying and strengthening those that were beginning a new season in and through the graduation. And so we're so excited about that. One of the questions I see on here is, can you take more than one class? You absolutely can take more than one class. There is a process with all of our classes because we are going for degree classes. So currently right now, the process with taking these classes, Doris, our scholastic admissions advisors, can share with you the journey for each one. I think, to me, I think it's better to take like a worship arts class and then a creative arts class like a WUSA, versus taking like two worship arts classes, and things of that nature, because the creative arts side sharpens your skill base. And so we just want to make sure that you are able, not to only, we don't want you to be overwhelmed, we want you to be refreshed, okay? We want you to be refreshed in everything that you do. We want you to find enjoyment in what you're learning and being able to apply that which you are receiving for such a time as this. I know Professor Rogers is having some issues. I'm not sure if I don't know if she can hear us. Maybe she can hear us. Professor, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, your audio is good, but your visual is not on. But you can still share if you want to.
Okay. I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
Um, yeah, it says yeah, I can't see myself either.
Yes.
But I'm so sorry. What were you saying?
No, we were talking about the different classes, and I think before, your screen is currently black right now. But I was before we were. I don't even remember what the question was. But we were talking about just the this learning how to write from different perspectives, from the letters. We talked about the code song situation.
Mm,
But like anything you want to add to, something that was a part of this class, like the hymns and the patriotic part, I think that was one of the hardest parts of the
the
songwriting.
patriotic part,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Now,
definitely was.
why would you say that that was a little more challenging?
Because you really had to, well, all of them, well, for the most part, majority of them, you really had to kind of think. But the one for the patriotic, that one, I don't know. I think it got me because I thought I knew what I was doing. And it was
Mm,
like, yeah, nah, that's cute, but go a little deeper. You know what I mean? So it really caused you to dive a little deep, a little more in depth about what a patriotic song would actually be.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, because that one was like a song of victory almost,
Right.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's like having, like knowing that it's like a song of victory versus like, how it's kind of hard to explain. It's
Yeah.
hard to explain.
Like the patriotic songs is really strong in proclaiming not only just the victory but your allegiance. And it was really really difficult because the language for our allegiance, we don't really have a strong like we know, like think about it y'all, when it comes down to the Star Spangled Banner or America
Hmm.
the Beautiful, we know these songs as patriotic songs, right? And we were taught these songs but not necessarily from the perspective of being able to express our allegiance outside of action.
Right.
Do we have an allegiance that's strong in our stance from a writing perspective? And that is one of the areas that we want to sharpen it, especially as it pertains to our allegiance in the kingdom of God. Again, we were taught those songs, those patriotic songs, those songs that allowed us to have pride in our country, but
Hmm.
we wasn't necessarily trained in that outside of battle, or out, we wasn't trained to have pride in the kingdom outside of fighting. We wasn't
Right.
trained to have pride for your, think about it, pride for your friends, pride for your family members, and stand up for them outside of fighting. But so for someone to actually do that in writing, you had to be a lawyer or going to school for law in order to
Yeah.
actually write from that place. But we're here to say that don't have to be the case. You can write it strongly from your perspective by putting into practice that very skill set right through this school.
Hmm.
Right through this school. One of the things I also share with them is that we didn't just teach you how to write and we didn't just want you to create, but we also taught you how to protect your property. And I know that you, Professor Rogers, are not only a scholar, not only are you an instructor right now, but you are too an independent artist as well, and you have music and things out. And so how did that part help you feel secure about what you were creating?
Number one, having someone to kind of, walk you through it in a sense, step by step on how to protect it, that made me feel a lot better. And just knowing that there is a place that I can go or a system that I can use to protect what I've, worked so hard to create, that helps too. Because I mean, if you think about it, back in the day, they didn't really have like all of this technology to be able to protect those things. So now that these systems are in place now to help protect us, man, that's, it's a great thing. It's a great
Yeah.
thing.
And we also talk about its history, how it even got started, because a lot of people don't realize that, along the journey of music, there was a point where music was considered only sacred. It was not something that people could use for enjoyment along the times of history. But when the writing press was when the printing press, that
Hmm.
machine was actually created, that's when people started actually sharing their music abroad because they could duplicate it. And then the government decided, let's get money off of this duplication. And so they introduced the whole copywriting aspect to get money off of that duplication. And because the music was able to cross boundaries, and I'm talking about country boundaries and all of the above. And so it was able to spread abroad. And so music in a particular day, music in a particular time prior to the printing press was not able to be shared abroad like we so easily take advantage of right now. Like right now, you can put your music on a digital platform aspect and it could go everywhere
Yeah.
without any limitations. And we teach you about that as well. But we also teach you to value it because there was a time when they couldn't get out.
Hmm.
And we teach about the intellectual property. We teach you how to write your own agreements when it comes down to songwriting, mechanical licensing, even the split sheets and all of the above. So we teach you how to protect your stuff, how to ensure that you are able to receive a harvest from that, and help you to go from there. Professor Rogers, is there anything else you would like to share about your class or you as an instructor and what you plan to do this year for your scholars through the songwriting course?
Yes, my plan. Well, first of all, I'm excited about this class, and I'm excited for anyone who's considering or is going to sign up for the class. I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to grow with you guys and just kind of teach you outside of the normal class writing box. You know what I mean, and teach you to kind of
Mhm.
expand your mind when it comes to songwriting. So I'm excited to see what's to come, and this is going to be a journey, but it's going to be a fun one.
It
Eh,
definitely is. I would definitely encourage you not to stress out about it,
No, no,
but,
no.
but to let your creativity just flow. And because again, you're going to be stretched. You are going to be
Yeah.
stretched in how you were used to writing in
And
comparison
can
to
I?
how you. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can I say this? And also, have fun with it. Like, don't overthink it. Because I'm pretty sure you know a lot more than you think you know. When it
Mhm.
comes to this. Um, but just have fun with it, don't overthink it, and let's be creative as possible, and then it's going to be fun to see the outcome of what you create, and I'm excited to see the joy in you guys as you kind of look back at what you're creating. So
Now, did you have joy when you look back at what you created during class?
some of them I was like, ugh, oh my God, this is never getting out. But looking back now and to see how I kind of have like a like if I wanted to, I have like a whole you know what I mean?
Right.
Like from what I've written. So to see that, it's like, oh man, it's like a an amazing sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so dope. I love that. Well, thank you so much, Professor Rogers. Despite the technical difficulties, it's all good. We look
Thank you. I'm
forward to
sorry,
see.
y'all.
No, it's good. We look
Oh,
forward to
oh,
seeing. Oh,
one
you
more
gonna say?
thing, one more thing to my class. If you, what do you say? If you on time, you're late. If you're late, you're what? Y'all remember that?
Yeah, they say if you're on time, you're late. If you're before time, you're on time.
Right. But I love you guys, and I'm excited. I'm excited about this journey.
It's gonna be a dope one. Thank you so much, Professor Rogers.
No
I
problem.
see
Love you
you in a minute.
guys. All right.
Well, the Refresh Institute, our registration again is going on right now. You definitely want to be able to hop on in. All of our classes are virtual, so it does not matter where you live. You can be a part of the Refresh Institute. Now, our classes are held bi weekly. So, depending on if you're a part of the creative arts or the worship arts or both, you don't ever have to worry about being overloaded. Our creative arts classes are every first and third week of the month, and our worship arts classes is on the second and fourth week of every month. So, you're not going to be overloaded. You're typically meeting for about an hour a week, and you're growing in this. Now, you do have assignments. You're going to have some areas where you're going to have to communicate with one another, again, build community that will help you. But at the same time, you are able to, it's not overwhelming. It doesn't take up all of your schedule in life. It is just a supplement to add to just you being empowered to fulfill destiny and purpose and all of the above. One of the things I do know is that if your smaller circle currently right now don't appreciate what you got, there is an audience of people that God is raising up that will appreciate your voice and your sound, whether it's through writing, song, your creativity, your mark the moment, your classes, whatever it may be. God is going to use it all for his glory and honor. And so we're so excited to be a part of your journey to help you be empowered, inspired, and for wellness and refreshing in your unique DNA and grace. All right. So I think that's all I have to share for today. Again, you have only a few days left for enrollment. You can visit our website to learn more and to register on our website again at www.refreshglobalnfp.org. Tomorrow, I'm going to see if we can have one of our partners join us on tomorrow afternoon to talk about the next level within all of our courses and things. We have way more courses than what we've been able to share throughout this week. We have our Foundations of Worship class that is active this semester, a different priesthood that is active, DNA of a worshiper that is active this year. What else? We got our intercessory classes 101, 100 levels and 200 levels will be active this year. Our Mark the Moments, prophetic worship and prophetic painting and prophetic drawing class is going to be active this year. Our songwriting and creative writing class is going to be active, and I'm not sure about anything else. So we're going to have some active classes in various different components. Our scholastic support services is going to be readily available to help you as you exercise and activate your training in and through the various different fields that we have all across this nation and abroad. So I'm really excited about it. God is going to get the glory, and you're going to be blessed in all of the work that he is calling you to do. So I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'll let y'all know if we're gonna be on tomorrow, or hit the notifications. And then when you hit the notifications, as soon as we go live, you're gonna get notified that we're live doing our rush week. But today would have been our last day. So hopefully we can get our partners in for tomorrow. If not, I will see y'all in the TRI world when we get started in just a couple of weeks. Love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in and joining us this afternoon. We look forward to seeing y'all real soon. Hi, my name is Lorraine.